Hi. I decided to build a birdhouse for my senior project because I like building things and I thought it'd be fun. I searched up a couple of videos on building a birdhouse, and one video brought me to the site from Cornell Lab called Nestwatch, where I found a design for a birdhouse for the American robin. Before we get any materials, I went through my house to see what tools I had and asked my friends. My dad helped me find a drill, handsaw, and hammer, and my friends only had electric saws, but I didn't want to use them because I never used one, and I thought a handsaw would be more fun. Okay, so then I went to Home Depot. I saw this dog, um, and I watched a couple of videos saying that I should build a birdhouse out of cedar wood, but they didn't have it, so I had to settle for this common board made of pine. I then went to look for nails, and I was looking for box nails for maybe an hour, and I had to settle for siding nails. I mainly needed box nails because I heard they wouldn't split the wood, but siding nails work perfectly fine. Okay, so after my like 3 hour trip to Home Depot, I started to cut the wood, and I quickly realized that the handsaw I was using was terrible and that cutting the wood would take a long time. In total, I think I maybe spent 7 hours cutting just 4 pieces of wood. It was terrible. As you can see here, like it's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, once I finished cutting a couple pieces of wood, I finally started drawing out the side pieces so I could cut them later, and here's just what I did. After I mapped everything out, I wanted to try practicing hammering and nailing things in. So I did. I did that with a few pieces of scrap wood, and as you can see here, the nails just would not go in, even though I was hitting them like as hard as I can. So I searched it up, and I found out that the siding nails actually had spiral shafts, which means that they basically drill into the wood. So then the nail basically locks into the wood, making it hard to pull out. So I found out that you actually have to drill in the holes before you nail them in, and you can see me doing that here, and it worked great. Okay, after that, I wanted to map everything out. Um, so you see me here just setting everything up and drawing on the lines. And then that was the end of day two. But on the next day, I had all the pieces because I sawed out the fourth side piece. So I drew everything, and then I started marking the holes on where to drill, and this is basically me doing that. Yeah. Okay, this is me drilling in the holes in the backboard, and I feel really stupid looking at this because I had all the holes like mapped out on the front of the board, but here I decided to flip over the board to the back, and I used a measuring tape to find the exact positions of where I had the holes on the front, and I drilled it from the back for some reason, and I feel really stupid looking at this. So here you can see the back piece, and I have a bunch of holes to connect all the pieces. Once I had the back piece drilled out, I wanted to start hammering everything. But here you can see that I made the stupid mistake of putting in the nail first without drilling the holes in the other pieces by like connecting them and then drilling the hole through the back piece so everything's aligned. But I fixed it and the nail went in perfectly fine. After I attached the bottom piece, I hammered in the other two nails, and I was pretty proud of that. Okay, and then I tried to hammer in the side pieces, and they were kind of a pain in the butt to align so everything was straight. And there's also this problem where when I try to hammer in the side pieces, the uh, the nail wouldn't go into the wood, so it just pushed the side piece up. And I found out a solution by just laying the board flat and hitting the wood against the nail, and that worked out well. Okay, here I attached the side piece to the bottom piece, and then you can see me do that for the other side piece and the bottom piece. Okay, here I was attaching the top piece, and a big problem was that the top piece was like the sides were flat and it was supposed to be at an angle. So when I attached it to the back piece, there was a bit of a gap, so that kind of annoyed me. And when I was drilling the holes, I actually drilled a hole through the top piece, so that also annoyed me. But I managed to nail it in. Here's the finished product. This was a very tough project despite how easy it looked. I thought it would only take 2 hours, but it ended up taking me like 9 hours over the course of 3 days. But it was very fun. I got to spend a lot of time outside, sitting in my backyard, listening to my neighbors throw a party, and just making a lot of noise.